Hi, welcome to Baking with Jay plus Dan. I'm Jay.
I'm Dan, and today we're making a rum cake. This is a boozy cake to take the edge off.
Yeah, this one is going to come with a warning. You might need a breathalyzer after eating this. So let's get started. In your mixing bowl, you want to have 2 sticks of unsalted butter along with 2 cups of sugar. Mix that until it's nice and fluffy, about 5 minutes. Okay, our butter and sugar mixture is nice and fluffy. I'm going to give that a quick scrape. Next, you want to add 8 large eggs. Make sure they're at room temperature and do it one at a time. Our egg, sugar, and butter mixture have been mixing for about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to give it a quick scrape.
And it's time for the dry ingredients. We have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Just whisk that together. Make sure it's nicely incorporated. No big lumps of baking powder. And then we add this in alternating wet and dry. We have 2 wet ingredients.
So the first thing you want to do is squeeze 1/4 cup of fresh lime juice along with 2 tablespoons of those lime zest, roughly about 6 limes, and 1/3 cup of rum. We like to use dark spiced rum. Gives it that extra flavor. So you're going to mix that up, and we're going to incorporate that between the wet and the dry.
So the mixer's on low. Begin and end with your dry ingredients.
So our wet and dry ingredients have been mixed into the batter. And it's time to just give it a quick scrape so that we get all that goodness down. And then we can fill our pan.
We have a 10-inch bundt pan. It's got the hole in the middle, lightly greased, lightly floured. Not too heavy on that, but do a nice complete coating.
And you'll notice that the batter, it may look like it's a little curdled, but that's fine. That's just a combination of the eggs and the lime juice and the rum combined together. So I'm just smoothing out the batter in the pan just to make sure it's nice and even.
And this goes into a 350-degree oven. It will bake about 45 to 50 minutes until the cake tester comes out clean. When the cake comes out of the oven, let it cool for 15 minutes in the pan, then flip it over. We're going to turn it out, keep the pan nearby, and you take a wooden dowel or a little knife, and you poke holes through the top of the cake. And this is where the fun begins. Jason's going to show us how to do the rum butter sauce for the soaking.
Yes, so in a heavy bottom saucepan, I have 2 sticks of unsalted butter, along with 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of water, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So you're going to bring that to a medium boil. Usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes, just to make sure that all the sugar is dissolved. And then we're going to add 1 cup of rum. We like to use dark rum, spiced rum.
Yes, dancers.
Put that in there. Final ingredient, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that goes in, and you mix that just to make sure that the vanilla and the rum is incorporated into that butter sugar liquid. What I like to do is transfer the liquid into a pitcher just so that it's easier to pour.
So we've got lots of holes in the cake. There's some holes in this. So we've made lots of holes in the cake. Oh, and it's time for the magic.
Yes, so this is our rum butter sugar liquid. You're going to pour half of it into the bottom of your pan, whatever pan you're using. We just happen to be using a bundt cake pan. Yeah, so that's about half.
And we want to then flip the cake back over into the pan. Watch this. Ooh. And just shake it into the pan. And it already starts to soak up the juices, but you also want to punch some holes through the bottom here.
And now it's time to take the remaining butter, sugar, and rum mixture and pour it over the top of your cake. You're making sure that it goes into those holes that you've poked.
This is one of those desserts where the alcohol is not baked off.
No.
Don't you love it at the restaurant when they say, try the rum cake, the alcohol got baked off in the oven? This is not baked off. We just poured it in after the mixture was cooling a little bit.
So our remaining rum butter mixture is soaked into the top of the cake.
We're going to leave it in the pan for at least an hour until everything cools and starts to pull together. Then you can flip it out. I would flip it back onto the rack and let it air dry a little bit. Oh, but it's delicious the same night or the following day.
Yeah, this one just gets better the longer you let it sit. And now it's time to dig into that luscious rum cake.
We've added little berries and whipped cream.
Wow, it's really good. The lime zest in there counteracts that rum and the butter and all that sauce that we made that we dunked it in.
And this one just gets better. You can let it sit for a couple of days and soak in the alcohol and the juice.
Yeah, just put it in an airtight container. You can take it out anytime company comes by.
So this has been Baking with J plus Dan. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share.
And please always remember to ring that bell.